Good afternoon, morning, evening, night, Random County. Welcome to another episode of the Random and Roulette podcast.
We're back.
Yeah, after 2 weeks, we are back. I am your host, the leftovers that are, they're probably still good. And I'm joined by Spooky Suki,
What's up?
who has actually been on the West Coast for last week.
Heck yeah, it's been awesome. I really like Seattle, I think,
Yeah?
because it's got all the Asian shit that I like, which is awesome.
Well, you also went, this is late October, well, mid-October when you went.
Yeah.
So it's not the rainy season, or did it rain a bunch
Well,
when you were
it usually is the rainy season, but it's late this year.
there? Oh, so we've actually fucked the planet so much that
Well,
Seattle
yeah.
isn't rainy.
It was rainy 4 days, 5 days.
But you were still like a Seattle Puget Sound area. Like you weren't like Olympia. Like it was just Seattle area.
We went to Olympia-ish.
Oh, okay.
I'll get there.
Okay.
But yeah, so like there's a lot of lovely Asian markets, and I went insane. There was a Japanese cosmetic store that I drove to a bunch
Just
of money.
bought the whole damn thing.
I bought a lot of stuff there. But and then there was a bookstore. There was a Japanese bookstore, and I didn't buy a book
What?
because I had already bought 3 books at the other bookstore. So I was going to, but I didn't. And I also am not good enough at Japanese right now to justify it either.
Well, yeah, but this gives you reason to like want to be better.
Well, I want to be better because I want to pass the N4 test, but
Wait, you leveled up. I thought you were just gonna do the N5.
no, I'm going to go for the N4, I think.
All right, let's go.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes, I guess. We'll see how far I get in my N5 stuff. If I get far enough where I think I'm okay there, I'm going to try doing the N4.
I just realized we did not sound check at all.
No, we didn't.
We're rocket dogging this whole thing. It's like
Yeah, it's
you don't
fine.
sound like it usually sound.
I don't know.
So I'm.
I think it's fine.
Okay. Yeah, I
yeah.
hope that's a little bit better. Like I can hear myself a little more.
Okay. Now, see, okay, so I've been starting to put stuff in my travel journal thing because I was going to do it while we were there, and I fucking forgot the entire time.
Well, you live in the
Yeah,
moment.
we were busy. So now I'm trying to do it, and now I'm trying to remember what we did each day, and it's a disaster.
But your head is full of soup.
It's just I can't different days all blended together. So now I'm like, do we do this day or this day? And I didn't take hardly any pictures either.
So you sent me a couple.
Yeah.
There's one that was actually it was a fantastic shot of this really wide beach, and the ocean was really low on one side.
Yeah.
And it looked like that there was like no one there. You had this whole huge
Yeah,
beach to yourself.
I stuck my foot in that ocean. Actually, both my feet got drenched in sand.
I'd imagine it's really cold.
It wasn't too bad, actually. I thought it was going to be colder. I thought it was going to be icy cold, and it was just mildly cold. But I wanted to poke the ocean, so I went, and I was like, whoosh, and then it was just whoosh over my shoes, and my shoes just had so much sand on them that I had to go to the Vans store and buy a little brush thing so I could brush all the sand off my shoes. And then I went and bought a new pair of shoes because I did they were still wet for 2 days. It was insane.
Their Vans are canvas. They just hold.
Yeah. And I had the squishy soles too. So.
Oh, gross. Oh, man. No.
So now they're full of ocean.
Yeah, there's few things that are worse than walking around with wet feet.
Yeah, so I went and bought a pair of Nikes that are pink. They're quite cute.
Well, you're up in Nike country anyway.
I don't know, sure.
Yeah, well, the CEO graduated from University of Oregon.
I wouldn't know.
Nike headquarters is SeaTac,
Oh.
Eugene. Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. I didn't know that.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't pay attention to
Oh,
Nike.
yeah, Nike is a Pacific Northwest country
okay.
company.
We went to the REI.
Hell yeah! It's one of my favorite stores of all time. I fucking love that
and
place.
I bought a North Face sweater that is pastel colors, so it's really cute.
Is it warm as hell?
It's nice.
Or is
It's
it
not super warm, but it's the nice fleece on the inside.
but is it the weather resistant?
No, it's just a sweatshirt.
Okay.
So it's Anne sweatshirt. That's cute colors, and that's about it.
Was it North Face? I feel like they kind of go in extremes. It's either like,
Yeah,
this is what you wear to climb Mount Everest, or
Yeah.
hey, this is what you do into camping.
Yeah, it's like they do a lot of lifestyle
Yeah.
stuff, I guess. What else did I get? Oh, I got a kimono jacket.
Just a jacket?
Yeah, just a jacket. They had a shit ton of kimonos at this one store that we happened to walk by,
Oh, you just happen
but
to walk
I
by.
couldn't like decide what to buy, so I just ended up with this kimono jacket that's like has metallic woven strings in
Ooh.
it. It's really cool. I'll show you afterwards.
So how does that work? Is it just like dude's fashion is really easy. It's jacket, pants, shirt, and tie.
Yep.
Like, usually your jacket matches your pants. It doesn't have to. But then like the tie's the accessory. So how does like the kimono jacket work in? Because I thought they're all usually like cohesive.
Yeah, kind of. It depends on the season. What colors you wear.
Oh, so this is.
But
So you mean the French didn't invent fashion? It was actually Japanese.
But I kind of follow that, but kind of don't, because two of my kimonos were bought in sets, so they were already had all the accessories for me.
Well, you have like the peach one, and you have
Yep, the peach one was a set. The white one with the pink flowers and purple flowers.
I have a lavender one as well.
Yeah, the lavender one I bought separately, and I didn't have any stuff with that. So I bought some stuff that I thought would go with it well. And this jacket goes with, I think, that one. I don't know. I can't remember how I planned that out in my head. But
So a kimono jacket is something you can kind of switch out.
Yeah, it goes over your kimono.
Yeah.
It's like an extra layer of warm.
Yeah, because like the main part is like the big robe, and then like the obi.
Yeah.
But you can switch. You can mix and match
Yeah,
robe with the obi.
you can mix and match the first layer, the second layer, and the belt. You can all mix and match, basically. And I do sometimes, but I don't know. I haven't been wearing them just because I haven't been doing anything.
Well, yeah. I was like,
Or-
you work from home.
or
You can
it's
literally
like-
wear anything you want.
Yeah, or it's like I have something to do that day, so it doesn't make sense to change
Yeah.
a million times. But I think what I'm going to do is maybe have the girls over for a tea party
Nice.
because they seem interested.
Oh, that could be fun. You guys
Yeah.
should be like, you could be the cool aunt.
No, not
Oh, not the nieces.
no. No, I meant the ladies that we know in our life.
So, well, no, the Aunt Karen would definitely be
Yeah,
down.
yeah. Karen and
Shmanda, maybe.
yeah, not Shmanda.
Terminator?
I don't think we have a nickname for her yet.
The K name with the T.
No,
Supposedly.
Mrs. Curly Hair. That should narrow it down for you. No, it doesn't narrow it down.
What?
All right, I'll just tell you. later, I guess.
What's your name start with?
A B. She's in the friend group. What are you doing? Ah!
Well,
I don't know how else to
there's
explain.
Shredder's girlfriend, who actually is now his fiance.
Yes,
Which
yes.
congratulations to them
Yeah.
making decisions together.
Yes. No, think more of Karen's age group.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
call her Mrs. Curly Hair from now on because
Okay.
she has lovely curly hair.
That definitely works.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was thinking about because they seemed interested when they were
Oh,
over the other night,
yeah.
and I was showing them
Yeah.
all my crazy crap that I own.
No, Mrs. Curly Hair is like, she's like really open
she
for
would-
a
she
lot
would
of cool
love that.
stuff.
So I was thinking about asking them if they would be interested in having a tea and kimono party. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
I need to get a kimono too, but I also need like
Buy
5 more
one.
kilts.
Dude, you already have enough kilts. You need
No,
to-
I have one that's awesome. Yeah, I don't have. Okay, I have one kilt that's awesome. I have one that kind of fits if I'm feeling skinny. It's just like with all the workout stuff that I've been doing, like my body's in a very different shape than when I first started getting kilts. Like the one that I gave you, there's no way I'll ever fit into that one again because
Yeah.
I bought it when I was anorexic.
I mean, it fits me, so it works out.
Yeah.
So I have two.
Oh yeah, 'cause you got the,
Yeah, 'cause I
the
bought
official
one.
kilt at the Renaissance Fair.
Yep.
So yeah, so I need to get
Yeah, but you need like one kimono. You need one.
yeah.
You need one kimono set. So you can hang out with us.
No, and there's some really really cool stuff. Like
Yeah.
I'm definitely a fan of art that also serves a function.
Yeah.
So like how the inside of like all the men's I think there was one that you showed me, and it had like this whole just amazing like koi fish tapestry like on the inside.
Yeah, they all tend to have like some sort of like pattern or something on the inside. Because even the women's ones have that too, where it's patterned on the inside of the jacket. Yeah, they're cool. At the place we went to that had a bunch of random stuff, they had some, but like I didn't know what you would like. Okay, hold on. And then we went to the art museum. I skipped a whole bunch of days, like other shit we did other days, but
Yeah, like you said, you tried to like
yeah,
post date like your journal entries.
yeah, it's difficult. Yeah, we went to an art museum. That was cool. We went and rode the Ferris wheel thing,
Is it Ferris
which was
wheel?
pretty cool. Yeah, it's like you know how the gondolas in Colorado are? It's like those, but in a wheel. Does that make sense? And it's like it's near the water.
Okay.
It is like it is the wheel, and then there is water.
So is it actually like a Ferris wheel where it's like off of one hub, like the London
it's like
Eye?
It's like an actual wheel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know Seattle had one of those.
And then we rode the ferry one day. We visited a whole bunch of botanical gardens, which was sick.
Oh,
I
that's-
freaking love
that's
botanical
awesome.
gardens. What else do we do? Jesus. Oh, we went and saw the locks, but I've seen locks before, so that was kind of whatever. We walked around a whole bunch, which was cool.
Did you drive across? No, you wouldn't have because you flew in.
Well, okay, you fly in, and then we had to rent a car, and then we had to go over.
Okay. So did you drive across an interstate that was floating?
Yes.
Hey, back when I still detailed rebar, I actually
God.
did some of the anchors for that road.
Well, we didn't die, so.
So I
There's
must have
two.
been-
There's two of them.
There
There's
is.
two of them.
Yeah, one of them is I-270. I can't remember what that
Oh
was.
God, I have no idea.
It was a whole huge project because what they were trying to do is where like the interstate itself is actually floating on top of the water.
Yeah, yeah.
But then like where it's anchored, they wanted to make like kind of like a park and recreational like area around it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and so
I didn't
we
notice
did a
that.
lot of the concrete for like the anchors for the bridge.
What else do we do? A lot of shopping.
Yeah. Oh, you sent me a thing. It was like, oh, this is where we are. It was like a Google Maps
okay,
snap.
yeah. So we went over to Jesus Christ, maps. You're gonna be slow as hell today, aren't you? We went over to like the Mount Olympus stuff, and then we went to a town on like the edge.
Like the Pacific side, not the Puget Sound side.
Yeah, to the Pacific side. So actually, that was when I slapped the ocean. Or whatever. What was that town called? It's on your koozie that I got you. Your shirt koozie.
Westport.
Yeah, it's called Westport.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find it on the
I
map.
have it.
And you know,
Yeah.
it was like it was
Westport.
a nice,
Wah!
it was a nice, quaint little fishing town, and it was pretty adorable. I was like, this would be really nice to stay. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay.
Well, now I'm pinching to zoom out.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like
that's on like the
freaking edge. It took.
yeah. That's
hours.
way outside of Seattle. It's actually like on the Pacific coast. It's not like
Yeah.
in the little like V
Yeah.
of
I
Washington.
have smacked the Ring of Fire. I think is what that's called.
Well, you had to drive through it because I do believe Mount Olympus, Mount Hood. There's another one, the St.
Mount
Helens, but I thought there's
Rainier.
Rainier. That's the other
Yeah.
one. That's really big. That's they're actually all volcanoes.
Yeah.
Like they look mountains, but no, they actually are in
Hell
fact
yeah.
volcanoes.
But yeah, we drove all the way out there. It was really nice. There was a man-made reservoir we went around to. I don't remember what that was called though. But I had
that
pictures.
one I don't know.
I had pictures of that one.
So I do know.
Oh, it's Lake Cushman. So they use it for hydroelectric power.
No, there's a lot of it up there. The Columbia River actually has So, well, just off the top of your head, what's a really big dam in the United States?
Not the Hoover.
Well, you'd think, well, yeah, the Hoover's the first one that comes to your mind,
Yeah,
but
but
actually,
it's not the Hoover.
No, it's Grand Coulee Dam, which is on the Columbia. Like it's
Yeah, like why does anybody give a shit about the Hoover Dam then? Like I am so
because it's next to
confused.
Vegas.
Oh, whatever. But yeah, Seattle downtown is really cool. Except for it's a bastard to walk around because the streets like go
Because
up and then they flatten out for the like cross street and then they fucking go up again. It's like god damn it. I don't want to walk up these stupid hills.
can you imagine like trying to bike that town?
Yeah.
Like
Oh, and they have like little electric scooters and electric bikes just like scattered everywhere.
kind
They're
of like
all
how
over the place.
like downtown Omaha is.
Yeah, but turn it up to like 5 times that.
Well, that's
Like,
dope as
it's
hell. Did you guys
insane.
ride those?
No.
Why not?
Because we walked or drove the car.
Okay. What kind of car did you get?
A Mercedes.
No, you bougie bitches.
Well, like we got the like the luxury car thing, but then
okay.
he asked, he was like, "Do you guys have a Mercedes?" Because there's just an Audi sitting over there
Yeah.
or whatever. He's like, "Do you have a Mercedes?" And she's like, "You know what? I'll just upgrade you to this Mercedes little SUV."
Let's go.
And
Okay.
it was like a $900 upgrade for free. And I was like, okay.
Dude, that's dope as hell.
But it was like wonky because it has all that like safety system stuff in it.
Well,
And like it would just randomly like go off. And it's like, I guess it's better to go off than not. But like
Yeah.
the one time we were just backing out of a spot and it like stopped us because it thought
Oh,
we
'cause
were
it
gonna
has,
hit
like,
something.
auto braking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, well, that's kind of annoying. But I guess like it's better to have it than not, I guess.
I guess if you don't know what a car is, it's probably handy. But like
What?
your boy, like I fucking tried to white knuckle hold on to whatever the hell with him driving around KC. It's like,
Oh, yeah, he's
but he didn't kill us, so I assume he knows what he's doing.
No, he's terrifying.
Yeah,
Like he's absolutely terrifying to ride with. All the time.
maybe that'll shake his want to get one for himself.
No.
No, now he just
He
really
was
wants
like,
one.
oh, it's so nice. And I'm like,
Well, no, it is. Yeah.
I didn't like it that much, to be honest.
Well, you're
A,
in
because
the
it was
passenger seat.
silver, and B, because the passenger seat actually sucked.
Well, no, Mercedes only come in 3 colors. They come in black and silver and dark silver.
Silver, red, blue.
No, they actually don't. You
Yeah, they do.
it's Mercedes
saw one.
only come in silver.
No, they don't. Anyways, I didn't like it that much. I didn't think it was that great. I don't even remember what it was because I just didn't give a shit at all.
The medium SUV, probably a CLE.
So one of the things I was really mad about is the day before we were going to leave, it finally clicked in my head that the Boeing plant was there.
Oh yeah, the
And
airplanes.
I was so mad because I was like, I want to tour. Like I want to tour that. Oh, fucking Christ! I was pissed.
I think that the Boeing plant where they actually make like the 747s is the largest open expanse in a single floor in the world. Yeah, so it's just like it's one giant warehouse that's just open.
Yeah, like I was so frustrated, and we left, and I was like, you could like we went by it, and you could see the holes on trains, and then there was like the airport connected to it where they do the tests and stuff, and there was the green planes. I was mad. I was really
guess
mad.
I never really thought about that. It's like,
I
yeah,
didn't either, and
because-
I've known it's been there for years. I've known about it
Yeah.
forever, and I just like I don't even know why I didn't think of it, and I'm mad about it still. I'll be mad about it until we actually get to go.
until you go back.
Yeah, so I'll be mad about it for like 5 to 6 years. But yeah, there was some things that I thought about while we were doing this. So I went to the bathroom in an airplane for the first time and found out that they're tiny and weird.
Oh, yeah, like yeah, this one.
Yeah, they're like fucking spaceship.
Okay, were you in the air or were you on the ground?
No, we were in the air.
'Cause
You
I've
can't
actually-
go well on the ground.
Yeah, I've never peed in an airplane in the air. I have while I was on the taxiway. Not on a taxiway, but it was on tarmac. Like,
Oh, you're not supposed to do that though.
no, it was
Did
because
you
we were
did
on
you
a
guys
transfer
get
flight.
Stopped or something?
Yeah, so like while everyone else was
Oh,
deboarding,
gotcha.
and then we're like waiting, and then more people were coming on.
No, it was in the air, and we got like some turbulence while I was in there too, and I was like, I'm gonna die this way. I'm gonna
Down,
die
like,
in the
pants down.
bathroom. But yeah, like it was weird. It was weird. Wasn't expecting that.
Yeah,
I
how
never
the hell do people fuck in these things?
I have no idea. How does anybody try to do anything in there?
Like okay, even if we're trying to like just change clothes. Like if you're trying to take your change your shirt, it's like there's no fucking room.
No, you're gonna hate your elbows and everything. And yeah, the toilet was weird and the sink was weird, and I was like, this is not. I didn't know what I expected. Really, I had never seen one before, so I was like, sure. But yeah, so I couldn't hold it for 4 hours, and had to go finally because I. Previously, when we had flown, it was short enough where I didn't have to worry about it.
Oh my god, well, they need to invent teleportation technology before you go to Hawaii.
Oh, well, before we go to Japan.
Oh, that one too. Yeah.
In 2 years?
No.
3 years?
No, you and your boy should definitely do like a whole trip to Hawaii. It's, goddamn.
Yeah.
It's amazing. But yeah, that's I think it's like a 10-hour flight from San Francisco. 8-hour flight. It was a long ass time. It was enough for me to fall asleep, watch Moana, fall asleep again, and then wake up.
Well, I think for us to get to Japan, it's going to be 18 hours.
Yeah,
from San Francisco. Mm. So we're going to have a time there. We'll see how it goes. That's still a couple years away.
Well,
I'm worry about it then.
When I went to Hawaii, we flew out of DIA. And that flight left at like 5 or 6 a.m. It was stupid early. But then we had we actually took like a 767, like a huge fucking plane to San Francisco. And then we got on like a 737, like a smaller plane. And then that went to Hawaii. It's like, why did the big plane?
Yeah.
Anyway, but that was the longest day of all time because I woke up at like 4 a.m. And then when we got to Hawaii, it was noon local time.
Oh, God.
But we had been in the air for like 12 hours.
Yeah. Weird. I think when we go to Japan, we add a whole day. So that's going to be fucking dicey.
No, and then when you come back, you take one away.
Yeah.
So.
Anyways, on the plane ride, I had thought.
Oh, God, you have.
About a horrible experiment. So, what do you think would happen if you, you enclose somebody in, a mesh? So you know what those cat catcher things that's mesh?
Yeah. So it's like a fabric, but it's like elastic.
Yeah.
So but it closes around them.
Yes. So put a person in one of those, and just catapult them through the air at 600 miles per hour, and then suddenly stop. Do you think they would get You think they'd be okay? You think they'd be dead?
To where the elastic of the catcher would slow them down? Because catapulting someone at 600 miles an hour and then suddenly stop it. That's called death. That's how.
But they're enclosed in a mesh, so there's technically nothing harmful to that. Do you think they would die?
But there's got to be give somewhere.
Let's say the mesh doesn't break either.
Okay.
Let's say the mesh doesn't break.
Were you alive when the Space Shuttle Columbia, not Challenger, Columbia exploded?
Yeah.
Because it came down through the atmosphere and.
Yeah, and now they're saying that they didn't die in the explosion or whatever. They actually died on impact, which is horrific.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
Do you know what caused the problem with that?
I did, but I don't know.
It was a piece of foam that fell off during launch and hit part of the space shuttle and knocked off part of the heat shield.
Oh, God.
So foam, like squishy ass foam.
Yeah.
Broke everything. So no, yeeting someone through the atmosphere and having them
Well, no, I'm not saying through the atmosphere. I'm saying more of a zip line thing. Long enough where you could get up to 600, but then good enough brakes where it can suddenly stop. And the person is in the mesh, would they die?
Why do they have to be in the mesh?
Well, because if you put them in something stronger than that, something that'll hold on tighter than that, it'll probably rip their fucking arms off. So I'm saying the mesh because then it has nothing except for your face. So
Some part
would
of you
get-
will stop you, and that's gonna hurt.
Would you get squished through the mesh?
Oh, this is what you want. You want to like make. Oh my god!
I don't know.
Why are you trying to
What if-
extrude people through fabric?
I don't know if it would or not. That's what I want to know. What would happen?
Okay, if the mesh was wire, yes, you would probably just turn someone into spaghetti.
Yeah, they're bones. The bones would stay, right?
Depends on how long you cook them.
What? You're not cooking them. What? 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 No.
No, I discovered a very low rent way of making barbecued pork ribs, and part of it is slapping it in a slow cooker for a long time. And
You're doing this after the people experiment.
no, hey, waste not, want not. People got to eat, right?
Oh, God.
No, but to the point where like I slow cooked these ribs for so long that the bones are actually like you can just like take them in your hand, it's like, yeah.
Okay, you're not putting them in a slow cooker.
Okay. All right, so they're alive. This is the
Yeah.
dumbest hypothetical you come up with.
I just want to know.
Could you murder someone in the most elaborate way possible? Yes, you can.
And slap an experiment tag on it and call it good. I'm just curious, all right? Just a curious mind thing.
Let's just keep you away from Stanford prisons. Okay.
Oh, God.
Well, if you haven't figured it out yet, we've actually had some technical difficulties, but I think we're getting through now.
Yeah.
So our timer's a little bit off, so we're just gonna kind of wing for the
we're
list
gonna
in
go
like
for
a 5 minutes or so.
We gotta do my my other stupid thought
Okay.
process. So, we're talking about vampires today because of our topic that we picked. I think I have found the reason why it was believed that vampires wouldn't like garlic. And I came to this hypothesis because apparently Disney pumps out garlic oil at the park to keep mosquitoes away. And
Oh yeah, because it's in the middle of fucking Florida.
Yeah.
like people
And
should be
then-
getting eaten alive.
Then my brain went, oh, mosquitoes, bloodsuckers, they don't like garlic. That's why they might have thought vampires wouldn't like garlic. But I don't actually know that. I don't know if there's any... I don't know. This was just a thought that I had. Is there any... I kind of look it up on the internet now.
I hate that makes sense.
I know! Vampires and garlic.
Yeah, well, because I know it was part of what I thought the book was going to be a little more
Oh, okay.
involved in.
Garlic, specifically the chemical compound allicin. Fuck it, I don't know. Inside garlic is a powerful antibiotic, and some European beliefs around vampires stated that they were created by a disease of the blood, so a powerful antibiotic would kill a vampire.
Huh.
But I like my theory better.
No, your theory actually tracks. Yeah.
Bloodsuckers.
Well, it's the same way. Okay, so you know the nursery rhyme, "Ring around the rosy,
Oh yeah, it's about like
pocket full of posy,
Yeah,
ashes,
it's
ashes,
about-
we all fall down."
it's
It's
about-
about the Black Plague.
yeah,
But,
it's about burning people and shit.
Yeah. But pocket full of posy. A posy is actually a real thing.
Yeah,
It's an onion with a bunch of cloves stuck into it because they thought that this is back when germ theory wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
And so they thought that it was basically like night air and bad smells is what brought disease. So if you
Yeah.
have a good smell, that's why like the plague doctors with the long
yeah,
beak masks.
and they filled it with herbs.
Yeah,
and
it was
spices
full like
and stuff.
flowers
Yeah.
because they were breathing
Good
quote
air.
fresh air.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is like because onions have like a certain like the sulfur around them, like it
Yeah.
actually would kill some germs. So it
It
worked,
kind of worked.
but not for any reason that they understood. Task failed successfully.
So that's like that. What's that Black Plague island that is like the soil is like 98% human or something?
What? The fuck?
Yeah. Okay, so that they would take plague victims there to die, and then they would burn them, and then like it got all in the soil because it's an island. So like the soil is like a certain percentage of human.
Do we need
and
to
I
add
thought
that?
it was like 90 something.
Do we need to add that to like the spooky? I mean, we can do like Island Exiles because they're actually in Hawaii. the island of, oh damn it, I'm gonna get this wrong. I think it's Lanai. Is home to a leper colony. Like there are people that still have leprosy that live there and they're isolated.
Oh, jeez.
In this one Hawaiian island. Like it's very difficult to get to because it's on an airship. You have to take a boat.
Oh.
And it's actually it's near Maui. Is it Lanai? Because there's in Maui there's like 3 or 4 islands that are very, very close to each other. And they're kind of just like known as like they're known as that grouping. Let's see. Oh, Molokai. Yeah, Lanai is the other. Lanai is also. It's kind of. I want to do the whole huge thing on like the Hawaiian Islands and how the United States fucked it all up. But
yeah,
Lanai is special because there's no fresh water on that island. No, is Lanai? God damn it. We need to research this more because the Hawaiian Islands are actually amazing.
Yeah. Okay, we'll put it on the list.
It is on the list.
This island was apparently like always a quarantine, send people to die island. Yeah, so there's like a lot of. Oh, you're prohibited from visiting. Holy shit! All right, yeah, we'll have to do a thing on that at some point.
I'll add that to the list.
Okay, we'll do that afterwards. But yeah, I like my theory about garlic butter, which makes me hungry, which is bad.
I was gonna bring you pizza.
Yeah,
all right.
Sure.
Well, I had a much less interesting week because you were gone.
Yeah.
The only cool thing I did was I played all the way through the video game Prey, the 2017 one. So it was actually awesome.
What is that?
It's basically it's BioShock in space.
I haven't played BioShock either.
No,
I really want to though.
So the first like 10 minutes of the game is actually probably the best 10 minutes of any video game ever. It's absolutely fantastic. But you come to find that everything in every room isn't what it seems. Because there's an alien species and they're referred to as mimics, where they can just become any object in a room.
Oh God!
So you walk into a room and there's like too many chairs at the table, and you have to like
you have to figure out which one.
One of these is a bad guy, and if you get it wrong, then like they'll attack you.
God!
This whole fight, but like the thing is, the aliens aren't always that quick, and so you might be like you'll see like something move, and like you'll turn. It's like there's 2 coffee cups on this table. Like, I need to shoot one of them.
Oh my God!
It's actually fantastic.
Yeah, that sounds really fun.
Hung out with Terminator's kitties.
Oh yeah, they're cute. They're adorable.
They're adorable, and Terminator doesn't know it, but she's actually his cat lady. She bought them beds and a scratching post.
Well, yeah.
I don't know if they're going to be living outside.
No.
Yep. We had a goddamn tornado warning.
Yeah. We had called Mom while she was staying here and was like, are you guys like good there? You good? Everything fine? Like,
I'm just kind of hanging out downstairs, minding my own goddamn business, and my phone goes off, and it says, "Oh, tornado warning for your area," and I'm like, "What?" Because I'm just like bright outside. And so I go on like the NOAA.org trying to get like the radar maps, and it's like they're just not coming up. And the goddamn sirens start going off, and I'm like,
oh shit.
So like, and this is when you kind of know that everything is bad. Is like this: the sirens are going off, and everything is absolutely still.
Yeah,
it's like oh, it's almost like all the wind is centralized in a funnel. So I like go through like my contacts. I'm like messaging people that are around me. Like one of my friends, our friends, she's from Oklahoma.
That doesn't.
Okay. Anyway, so she's like hunkered down for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, who? Oh, okay. I just saw her the other day.
Oh, really?
Quite nice. Yeah.
Where at?
Where I go to get my back cracked.
Oh yeah, she is a fan of Dr. Kim.
Yeah.
Anyway, so like I'm messaging her and it's like, yeah, I got the kitties, I got water, I got snacks. It's like, oh damn it, I didn't bring snacks. I'm gonna have to eat my arm.
Oh god.
It's like, well, I hope it doesn't come to that.
Yeah. Oof.
But yeah, it actually got pretty goddamn real up here. And it rained really hard and it got really, really windy. And actually at Terminator's house, it got real bad. Like it went right over the top of her.
Oh shoot. Yeah, I don't know.
She's still alive. She's fine.
I was about to get on the ferry. It's pretty all right out where I was.
Yeah. And then the rest of it was spent not knowing what... Oh, no, that comes later. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, no, I have some supplementary notes for our...
for the actual topic?
Yeah, our rolled topic.
Nice. Which we should probably get to, I guess.
Yep. We don't necessarily have an ad space this week.
Yeah, if you want to take out an ad, just let us know, I guess.
Yeah, send us a message on Instagram at Random Plus Roulette or Facebook at Random Plus Roulette or Patreon at Random Roulette.
Yes.
No and.
No and. It wouldn't let me.
Yep.
Jerks.
Or you can drive out to the middle of nowhere and scream into the void, and we will hear you.
Or you can write it on rock and leave it in our mailboxes. If you know where we live.
I mean, that's better than throwing it to my house, usually you say.
Don't tempt me. Anyway,
Anne Rice's Interview with a Vampire.
Yeah, did you know her real name is was Howard Allen Francis O'Brien?
Her first name's Howard?
It was. She changed it to Anne because she hated it.
Is she trans or
No. Her parents were just like,
what the hell? Who names their daughter Howard?
well, I guess it's an Irish thing. It used to be a woman's name.
Well, I knew that with Ashley.
Yeah.
Like Ashley with an EY is actually a male name, but Ashley with an LAIGH is the female's name.
No, apparently Howard was the lady's name at one point.
I didn't know that.
And her dad's name was Howard.
Oh. No, it's because I just thought that, this story makes a lot more sense that she was trans or bisexual.
No,
okay.
She just added shit name.
So
yeah, she changed it to Anne when she started Catholic school. She was on and off Catholic her entire life. She spent most of her youth in New Orleans, where many of her stories are set.
Mm-hmm.
When she was 15, her mom died as a result of alcoholism. And then when she was 16, her and her father and her new family, stepmom stuff, moved to Texas. And then she met her husband in journalism class in high school. Nerds. And they were married for 41 years before Stan passed away.
Holy shit.
In 2002 of brain cancer. They had 2 kids. Michelle. Is it Michelle? Michelle. She died of leukemia when she was 5, unfortunately. And their other son, Christopher, is also a writer. But the character of Claudia is actually based on her daughter that passed away.
Oh my god, that makes a shit ton of sense.
And then Anne herself passed away in 2021.
Just last year, bro.
From a stroke at the age of 80. She's considered one of the most best-selling authors of modern times. She has sold over 100 million copies of her books.
And she's not insanely prolific. I mean, it's not like Stephen King where he comes up with a new book every month.
No, her stuff was just that good that it just kept selling and kept selling and kept selling. She said when she lacked inspiration, she would go to Stephen King's Firestarter.
Oh, I used to have that book.
I've never read it, and I kind of want to now.
Oh yeah. Shit, I don't think I've ever read. I remember having that book, but I don't remember ever reading it because I think I got it at the same time that I got Dreamcatcher, and that's one of my favorites. That one and From a Buick 8. But no, I actually didn't know she had inspirational ties to Stephen King, which is also awesome.
Yeah. So I kind of want to pick that up and read it at some point now.
Stephen King actually has a lot of like short stories that are very, very good that we can dive into.
I don't think I've ever read a single one of his works.
For real?
Yeah.
Missing out.
Too busy reading weeb shit all the time. Interview with the Vampire, which is the one we're going over today, was actually her debut novel.
Yeah, it was written in 76, 78?
I think it's 76.
Yeah, that sounds right. Which, actually, I didn't know it was that old.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I thought that was like, oh, yeah, this is like a late 80s, early 90s, yeah, vampire thing. It's like, no. This comes from the groovy generation.
Well, it's like, I never realized Queen of the Damned is the third of this series.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's
I know
Vampire Lestat.
I knew there was more because I had bought one of the series from the thrift store, always meaning to read all of them. But now I guess I'll have to because we're going nowhere.
Yeah. Did you have any more for background, or are we gonna?
No, that was it for background
Okay.
information.
So, as I like started to get into the book, and actually had a lot of like callbacks to. Do you ever read Bram Stoker's Dracula?
No, that's
'Cause-
another one that I haven't read.
Because it actually Bram Stoker is actually closer to like Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, Sherlock Holmes,
Oh,
where
yeah, Sherlock Holmes.
it's all about like atmosphere and
Yeah.
like setting the stage, and then like forming the
and that's
thought
like,
in your head.
That's like one of the things I really like about some writers is they really get into detail about like the surrounding,
Yeah.
so you can really play a picture in your head of what's going on, and I really like that about some people.
Yeah, and Anne Rice did it phenomenally.
Yeah.
Because I mean that's kind of the whole thing of Vampire Louis' thing is he's telling his life story, so
Yeah.
like he embellishes everything.
Yeah,
And it's all
and he's,
beautiful and elegant.
He makes the ambiance.
Yeah,
Ambience?
ambiance works.
All right, whatever.
But also, I'm just kind of just foreshadowing all this stuff. Is after going through it, it's like, oh, this is where all of modern vampire lore comes from. I mean, Bram Stoker, like, kind of like, was the beginning, Nosferatu.
Yeah, he really set the stage for a bunch of like the modern vampire stuff, and then everybody else just like took it their own direction.
Well, you look back on it, like you can see references of Blade. Underworld is huge with like the procession of vampires and like having like the whole like community. True Blood. I don't know if you ever read in the books or saw.
I was more of a Vampire Diaries person.
See, I didn't even. That's not even on my list of things to rant about. But True Blood actually takes place in Louisiana, and I was like, "Well, this is stupid. Why the hell would there be hillbilly vampires?" Like, yeah, but Anne Rice,
New Orleans.
yeah, and it's actually like a huge thing. And even Twilight, because of how when Louis is describing Lestat and how beautiful and pretty and captivating he is, like that's.
Well, I think like vampires are always thought of being like.
Oh yeah, they're supposed to be very
they're
pretty.
Supposed to be pretty, and I don't know if it's like the pale skin thing or just like being supernaturally good looking so they can lure.
Yeah, a lot of it is seduction, and that's exactly. I haven't read Stephanie Meyer, but I know enough about it to where that was.
I read all those books in the span of like 4 days when I was sick.
I hate
sometime, and like I don't remember any of them because I read them so damn fast. But Stephanie Meyer's writing.
Did you ever read 50 Shades of Grey?
No,
because that's a Twilight fan fiction.
Did you read it?
No. The ex-wife did.
Oh, so you read it.
I got it by proxy. Anyway, so we come upon this early night, and there's this boy. See, that was one of the things that threw me off so much. Is Stephanie Meyer refers to the reporter doesn't have a name, which is fine, but he refers to him as the boy.
Yeah, he's just a boy.
A boy.
He's just a guy.
But, like, as I'm reading and I'm thinking a boy, I'm thinking like someone who's like between the ages of like 12 and 16.
Okay.
Not someone who's like,
so I was like
24 to like 30.
15 to 17. That's what I was picturing.
Well, he's a reporter though. So I'd assume that he actually knows.
Yeah, but like they had no child labor laws.
This is the 70s. I don't know.
No, it's not. Is it?
I thought it was.
I don't think it is. I don't know.
Is the time that ambiguous?
Yeah,
might
it
be.
like Lewis states times and stuff.
Oh, it's Louis because he's French.
Okay,
it's not
Louis.
Louis.
Lewis. Louis states times throughout his story, but
He does.
I don't think it necessarily relates to the time that they're having now.
Probably not.
So I don't know when this is.
Oh, it's 76. It's in my notes. Well, that was when the book came out.
Yeah. So I don't know. But yeah, we open up with a vampire who we figure out is Louis.
The way that he like reveals his name is
it's
hilarious.
just
It's not until like he gets to the point of a story where someone talks to him.
Yeah.
It's like Louis, and
Louis.
like he stops. That's me.
Yeah. That's me. Yeah, we figure out his name is Louis, and he's recounting the last 200 years of his story to this interview boy on tapes, though, I guess. So when did tape recording come about?
Mobile tape recording? I don't know. It was huge in the 80s. It had to be around in the 70s. That makes sense.
So maybe it is the 70s now?
It
but
could
I don't
be,
think
yeah.
It's said.
Yeah, it's not like set proper. Yeah, but this whole thing happens like over the course of a night. Is Vampire Louis just basically telling his life story and waxing poetic and lamenting over loss, and it's all done in such a way that is extremely like elegant, like the way that he goes into the details of all the small things. Is just fantastic, and that's actually what like drew me in, like kept me wanting to go further into the book.
All right, this is gonna blow your mind, but magnetic tape recording originated around 1930.
Okay, I'm thinking like the big reel-to-reels.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's that though.
Oh, no.
I don't know. We'll worry
Yeah.
about that some other time. Look into that later.
So Louis grew up in a very his brother was hella religious.
But he was born in France,
Yeah.
and then his family immigrated over when Louisiana got sold.
Was it pre or post Louisiana Purchase? Because
I
actually,
don't
the city of New Orleans was huge. It was
Yeah.
enormous, to the point where like it would be like a modern day like New York City. Like it was that big.
Yeah.
Like it was New York City and New Orleans and whatever the hell else was in between.
Yeah.
Because of the mouth of Mississippi. So it was actually like a very like huge cultural center. I mean, it still is kind of now.
I guess maybe it was pre,
I think it
and
had to
then
be pre because it had all of the French influence.
Because he was saying he watched it happen and he was mad about it, about France selling Louisiana. So
Yeah.
it must have been pre. But yeah, so they moved to Louisiana to start a indigo plantation. I
Yeah,
guess,
they make dye.
with his brother, sister, mother,
Yep.
and dad. What happened to the dad?
I
I don't know if
don't have any notes on his dad. I don't. Yeah.
I don't know if he says what happened to his dad.
Because like so much of the
Maybe it did. I think he died when he was like around 10 or 11. I think he died, but he got dead.
because so much of the beginning of the story is establishing how much he just loved and adored his brother.
Yeah, he loved his brother. He built him a little sanctuary because he was super into religion and basically was fine with giving him up to go study
Yeah.
to be in the priesthood.
Like I personally have a little bit of like an attachment to that because so many things happened in my life with my own brother going to the priesthood, and so like it's weird. It's like I love this guy to death. I want the best for him. I understand that he's not going to be with me.
Yeah.
But like it almost makes like the connection a little bit stronger because it's like
Yeah, because he was willing to let him go to be happy and chase his dreams. But
So-
his brother started having a bad time, having some visions and things.
yeah.
And then he had a argument with Louis, and then yeeted himself down the stairs, I guess. Which, like, it's weird that it never explains any more about that.
Well, it's because it's not something that Vampire Louis would have wanted to dwell on. Because you remember, this whole thing is told from his perspective.
That's true. But, like, it doesn't... Like, he just threw himself down the stairs. Like, I don't know. That's confusing to me. I thought that was kind of sus, but then it never went into it again.
Well, yeah, because this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So then, our buddy Lestat comes along.
Yeah, because, I mean, he's extremely distraught. He's in a very, very bad... Well, not Lestat. Louis is in a very, very bad place. He's almost suicidal himself.
Yeah.
And, yes, comes across Lestat.
And Lestat decides, I'm going to make this guy a companion. I'm going to make him a vampire.
And, like, the seduction that Lestat has over him.
Yeah, that was weird.
It's, yeah, like, it's when Anne Rice goes into, like, those passages where it's, like, it's, you know, the vampire seduction and, like, how...
Oh,
this is why it wouldn't make sense. It would make sense to me if she was either bisexual or trans herself.
Here's your tie there. She would write erotica under a pen name.
Okay.
So there you go. There's what that's from.
Okay. Yeah, because like it's like, I mean, some of these scenes kind of sexy, but like, I think it's only a way that like a woman can write, because I don't think a straight man could write what the feelings that came across.
Too good.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's like, and would pull a plug on it. It's like, no. It's like,
yeah.
It's like, no, so I actually cheated and listened to it in an audiobook so I could listen to it at work. God. But the narrator did a very good job because he had a French accent the whole time.
Oh.
So it's like, here's the vampire Lestat with his pale skin and his green eyes. And it's like, so I'm like getting like whispered in French in my ear. And I was like, God damn it.
No, I can't do it. I can't do audiobooks. I can't. Can't do it. So,
and that's one of the, like, I don't trust Lestat's character, but now that I'm kind of, reliving the book, maybe it's because I don't necessarily understand Louis, or I don't trust Louis as a narrator, because Lestat does some bad things.
Yeah, he's a shady guy.
Yeah, he's a snake.
Yeah, like he doesn't give a shit about who he kills at all. Like, no remorse.
No, and he doesn't teach Louis anything. He's like, oh no, all you have to do is you don't want to eat people in the daytime.
Yeah. So they live in Louis' plantation.
Yeah, because Lestat doesn't have any fucking money.
Yeah.
And he's just using Louis because he has land and a place to live.
Oh, you're a rich guy? You can house me and my dying dad.
Oh, yeah, his fucking dad.
Yeah, that's another reason why Lestat is a big old piece of shit.
Luckily, his dad is blind, so that way when they eat, they just clink their utensils against the plates to make it sound like they're eating.
Yeah, his dad doesn't know any better.
Because they need the blood.
But is his dad blind because Lestat did that to him, so he wouldn't know? Conspiracy. Anyway, so they're vampiring it up in the plantation house, and the slaves kind of get a wind of what's going on, and they're like, yeah, this is not good. This is not normal. We're going to go kill these guys.
There's actually a fantastic passage where Louis describes that. It's like, yeah, we just kind of thought that these were basically just like savages. It's like, no. They had their own religion. They had their own supernaturalness.
Like, they had their own whole ass culture.
It's like, so they caught on to us really quick. Yeah. Well, because that was one of the things is that they would take the slaves on their plantation and they would eat them.
They would eat them sometimes.
But then they got sus.
Yeah, and they were like, and they sent a guy in to go check on them, and they murked the shit out of him too. Yeah,
and so like that whole house of cards starts to fall apart a little bit. Oh
God! So they pack up. Well, I guess this is around the time that Lestat's dad is freaking dying.
Yeah.
And Lestat's like, just kill him. I can't do it. Just kill the guy. I don't give a shit. It's like, Jesus. But yeah, they end up killing him because he's dying anyways. And and then they burn the entire house down.
Yeah. Earth thing.
And they leave. They go to a friend's house, I guess. And the friends are also suspicious of them.
Well, yeah, but Louis was, no, I have this sickness. No, the sunlight, I can't deal with it.
Yeah.
I'm just asleep here all the time.
Yeah. And they're like, okay, well, we're going to murder you guys. So then they escape again and head to New Orleans, where they get an apartment, I think.
Yes, it's a row house.
Okay. I was like, I don't know really what that is.
It's like, you ever see, they're very, very common in like bigger cities like Chicago. Actually, I knew some people in Omaha that they used to live in one.
I was just at a big city.
But they're the houses that they're right next to each other.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. There's a shit ton of those in Seattle.
Yeah.
And when they're out hunting, Louis finds a Claudia. She's about 5 when they find her. And her mother is...
Babette?
What? No. Claudia.
No.
The little girl.
Claudia's mother. Which one's Babette? Like
That's the
I
friend.
missed.
That's the friend.
Okay, yeah.
That's the
'cause
friend that the
I
house
had that
they
disconnect in my
really
notes. Like I know that Babette is important, but I can't remember where she comes from.
Yeah, she's the friend that they go and try to stay with.
Okay,
and then
yeah.
they're like, we're gonna kill you because you're fucked up.
Oh, also, this one of the many Anne Rice references in the game Skyrim. There is a guild that's the Black Hand. They're the Assassins Guild, and so there are all these like very shady people. And within the guild, there is a vampire who is a girl, like a young lady.
Is your name Claudia?
No, her name's Babette.
Oh. Oh,
Because if
God.
they named her Claudia, everyone had seen through the
Yeah.
thin veil. But
Fair enough. Yeah, maybe that was the friend that they tried to stay with.
Yep. Which
Yeah.
I mean, Louis fancied very much.
Yes. But no, they find Claudia, and her mom is clearly dead and has been dead for a while, and she is wailing as a 5-year-old would, not knowing what to do. And Louis feeds off of her, but then realizes what he's done because he has a conflict with feeding on people. But she survives the initial attack. And the next day, Lestat goes and gets her and makes her a friend.
Yeah. There's a strange passage where Lestat's like, no, look, we have a daughter. We have a daughter now. See, daughter.
Yeah, daughter.
It's like, what?
Because Louis was going to leave, and then Lestat was like, nope, we have a daughter now. You can't leave.
Because we can't, the witnesses, like, you can't kill a girl.
Yeah.
But apparently they can turn to a vampire.
Yep.
Which, that will definitely turn out well for them later.
Yeah, because her mind gets older. She learns new things.
But her
grows,
body
but
stays
she's
the
still
same.
a 5-year-old girl. She still looks tiny and innocent. And then she eats people.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she, I think, actually is one of the most tragic characters in this entire story for me. Because she grows up, but she doesn't grow old.
Well, but if they hadn't done anything, she would have died. She would have been dead. So, like, that's a whole nother conflict thing that Louis also has, is, like, we shouldn't have done this to her, but if we wouldn't have done anything, she would have died anyways, or had a miserable rest of her life as an orphan.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a whole thing.
So, Lestat's happy. He has his boyfriend. He has his daughter. He has this nice house that he lives in. He earned fucking none of it.
Yeah.
Because he's a leech and he's a taker. He's, in my notes, he's a collector of pretty things.
Yeah, he only likes the nice things, but he doesn't like to... He steals shit from people.
Yeah, he's an asshole.
Yeah. But then it comes to a day where Claudia starts asking questions.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, there's more of us. There's more vampires out there, right? And how did you do this to me? Why is this, like, how did this happen? And Lestat's like, no, just shut up. Don't question anything. You don't need to know anything.
Yeah, because, like, her own, like, childhood trauma, like, kind of, she blocked out.
Yeah.
I mean...
For like, 60 years, she didn't ask any questions.
Yeah, it's like, no, she's just always been a vampire.
Yep.
It's like...
then, yeah, she comes to the realization that it's like, none of us started out like this, so how did this happen? So she starts asking some questions. Lestat is getting pissed about it because he doesn't
he's
want
a douchebag. And Louis just doesn't fucking know.
Yeah,
because Lestat didn't teach him anything either.
Well, because Lestat couldn't, because if he did, then Louis would just fuck off.
Well, yeah, and he needs him because he has to have his pretty things around.
Yeah, because he's codependent.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 100% an abusive relationship.
Yep.
It's so bad.
Yep. So Claudia conspires to kill Lestat.
But what kills a vampire? Is it a crucifix? Is it a holy water?
We don't know.
Well, no.
Well, we kind of know.
Well, yeah, 'cause
We'll get there.
He talks. Well, no. Oh, yeah, that is later. Yeah.
Yeah, that is later.
Yeah.
So Claudia poisons him through the blood of a small child.
Which is also fucking awful because Lestat has a thing for like borderline pedophilic, like where yes, it's the children that taste the best. It's like fuck you, Lestat. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So
And then he gets stabbed.
Yeah,
he gets shanked.
with absinthe. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
absinthe,
basically,
and something else was on like the blade or something. And then they dump him in a swamp. And they're like, okay, done deal. We can fuck off to Europe now and not worry about this.
no, they.
Oh, I'm getting there.
No, like they burn the house down, and then he goes to a church.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Okay.
I'm not there yet.
Okay.
They dump Lestat in the swamp and they go back and they prep to leave to Europe. And the day that they're supposed to leave, Lestat comes flaming through the door with his little friend that he made and tries to murder them, and they burn the house down with Lestat and his friend still in it.
Yeah, well, no, they themselves actually still on fire as they're escaping.
They're on fire as they're running. People are looking at them like, what is going on? And they get on the ship to Europe, and they're watching the whole time as everyone's boarding for Lestat, because they're like, he's going to come back and murder us.
Yeah. Well, because Louis, as he's talking to the reporter, he does the whole like very dramatic and seductive. It's like, what kills vampire?
Yeah.
Crucifixes again going against Bram Stoker. It's like no, because Louis actually himself is very, very religious, and actually goes to a church and actually goes to confession.
Yeah.
And like that whole scene to me is like absolutely mind blowing.
Well, then he has like a vision while he's in the church. And it's like he shunned his own brother for having visions, and now he's having them. Mm-hmm. So that was a whole ordeal too.
And he is almost constantly struggling with, am I alive? Am I dead? No. Am I damned? Am I a thing of evil?
Yeah, he's like, am I of Satan now? Is that what this is?
And that's where Queen of the Damned comes from.
Yep.
Because, so and that's kind of the questions that he never ever gets the answer to because Lestat is too fixated on
he won't do
mortal
anything.
things.
Yeah, he won't do anything about it. So yeah, they flee to Europe, and they are
because the Claudia as she's growing up is reading all of these books and just trying to learn everything about like vampirism because she's weird.
She's curious.
So they end up going to Romania.
Yeah. So they're bopping around Europe, and the only vampires that they're finding are just awful.
Yeah, they're weird like vambies.
Yeah.
Like they're feral.
They're brainless. They just eat, and that's it.
Yeah, and like everywhere they go, like the villages have like braids of garlic over the door to like ward it off.
Yeah, garlic doesn't work anyways.
Yeah, and like all of the townsfolk are kind of suspicious of him.
Yeah.
One of them notices Louis looking at the crucifix around her neck, and like gets really, really guarded. And then they go and they hunt the feral vampires. It's like, no, we killed them. We're good. Can we get to France now?
Yeah, yeah. So
we need to go where they speak our language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they finally get to Paris, and they find a coven of vampires in a theater where they just eat people in front of the crowd, I guess, and they think it's like
part of the stage play, right?
Which is insane.
No, there's that passage in the book is actually horrific because like the lady on stage is pleading for her goddamn life.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, it's just a good show. Clap, clap, clap. And it's like, holy shit.
I think it's because they're all under the spell of Almond.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, Louis takes a liking to our bro Amand?
I have it in there as
How do you
Amand.
say that in French? Is it Amand?
Amand.
Amand?
You didn't know how to pronounce the R's. Amand.
Amand. Okay.
He is, in fact, a bigger seducer and just snake than even Lestat was.
Yeah.
But Louis needs him because he's the only one that has the knowledge.
Yep.
He's self-proclaimed the oldest vampire in
Yep.
existence.
And he is the leader of the coven. But yeah, Claudia is panicking now because Louis is getting close to Amand.
Well, and like she finally like has access to like knowledge of things.
Yeah.
But she's still just viewed as like a little girl. Like the
Yeah.
whole time they're hiding out in Paris. It's like, oh yes, can you set me and my daughter up? It's like, I'm not your fucking daughter. I'm 100 years old. Like,
Yeah, yeah. So she is concerned because Louis is gonna leave her behind.
because Almond is such a fucking seductress, seducer.
So they turn a doll maker, Madeline,
Yes. Well, yeah,
to
because
be her companion.
yeah, and like. There's so much of that part of the book that was so hard for me to get to, like where Almond has like the little servant boy that, oh yes, he's just a snack, and I'm like, is this where that colloquialism comes from? Someone just being a snack, like fuck, and the way that Anne Rice writes it is like, oh yes, the boy. So again, I'm thinking of someone who's like 12 to 16. It's like, it's okay, he could be like 22.
Yeah, we don't know how old he is.
But
We know nothing.
But the way that she describes it, and I mean, the way that Vampire Louis goes into the whole thing, like in intimate detail, it's like, I'm not okay. Listen.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, reading it's just like, oh god.
yeah, it's it gets very intense.
But then trouble comes along in the form of Lestat coming back.
Because he just can't fucking stay dead.
No.
Well, there's a little bit more. It's Almond just seduces Louis so much to the point where he's saying just the most manipulative things. It's like, well, Claudia never loved you.
Yeah.
I love you. See how I love you.
Yeah,
See, and she.
That guy's insane.
Oh my god, it was.
Well, it was like you thought Lestat was bad. At least he wasn't like that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
like
Jesus
no, I
Christ.
think in like 5 times in these notes, I'm like, that snake. Yeah, right here in all caps. Almond is such a fucking snake. And right below that, or right above that, I have written down Almond is such a seducer. Looking, there's he stood in the doorway looking like handsome death.
Yeah,
it's like,
it's
oh
like,
my god.
But yeah, our boy Lestat comes back and talking shit, basically.
Well, he oh shit, I can't remember the other vampire, but there's a double agent.
Yeah.
And it actually leads to the burning of the theater and the whole coven going up,
Yeah, which is also crazy.
including.
Yeah. But we're getting there.
Okay.
Louis,
I don't know, because you said you wanted to like save some spoilers. Like we're kind of going through this whole thing.
Louis is locked in a coffin to die by starvation.
Yep.
And then Madeline and Claudia are locked up as well, but in the courtyard.
Yeah.
Louis is rescued by Amand, so he actually comes in handy sometime.
Well, no, because he needs his pet.
Yep. But the girls aren't so lucky.
No.
They burn in the courtyard. And Louis, my bad. Louis is fucking distraught.
Yeah, he's not good for a minute.
No. I mean, he's still not good by the end, but we'll get there. He sees their ashes in a pile and is freaking out, so then he burns down the entire freaking theater with all of the other vampires in it, except for Amand.
Yep. when Louis met Armand, Armand told him that the greatest sin a vampire could commit would be killing another vampire because there's so few of them, and he burns down the whole goddamn
the whole thing. It's like, fuck it. I think after Claudia died, he was just like, nope, that's it.
Yeah, I have written in my notes, revenge tour.
Yeah. Yep. Then Louis decides to return to New Orleans.
Well, after a little bit, they Louis kind of finds out that Armand is
a piece of shit.
Well, yes, he is, but he's literally all he has left.
Yeah, but then he gets tired of it. He's like, I don't feel anything for you anymore.
Yeah.
I don't care about you.
But he's just gonna because Armand is so old. Like he's from like such long ago. It's like I need a link to this time.
Yeah,
as you are my link to this time. So they actually go on like this hilariously romantic like art tour of all of Europe, which I'm like, well, this is fantastic.
Yeah.
Again, I don't think anything that a straight white man could actually write, which is why this book is fantastic.
Probably not.
But they end up going back to mainland America. They lived in New York for a while, but Armand keeps kind of pushing him to go back to New Orleans.
Yeah. And he goes back.
And they do.
But he leaves Armand behind and decides he wants to be alone for the rest of forever.
Well, because he's emo as fuck.
In this book, I guess. He might change his mind later. I don't know if the series ever comes back around to him.
I actually haven't read. I mean, I know a lot of the other titles. Like the second is Vampire Lestat.
Lestat. So that must be about Lestat.
But then there's
the next one is Queen of the Damned, which was a movie, and I think it's about a woman the entire time.
I think that one. I actually never seen the movie. I know the soundtrack. It's one of my favorite soundtracks of all fucking time. It's still.
I've been meaning to watch the movie. I really have. I heard it's amazing, but
it has Aaliyah in it.
I don't know if it ever swings back around to Louis or not.
I have no idea. I know there's a later book in the series that's called The Prince. Is Lestat the Prince? But yeah.
I have one of them. I should look at it when I get done with this. But I think it's the fifth one or something.
Anyway, so Louis goes back to New Orleans.
Yep, and he decides he wants to be alone.
Yep.
And then he runs into Lestat one more time.
But he's not himself. He's almost like he's like dying while still being alive.
Well, and it's like, I wonder if that's a consequence of like coming back from being dead? I don't know.
Because, I mean, there's a bunch of things that Lestat should have died from.
Yeah. I don't know.
But like he has like this little servant boy that he keeps with him because he's a fucking creeper.
Because he's always got to have companionship.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because
he's a weirdo.
No,
he's codependent.
It's someone with that level of toxicity. Just constantly needs someone around him.
Yeah.
But Louis kind of like, you're not who you used to be to me.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really feel much for him anymore.
So just leaves him be. And that's where he kind of ends his story to the interviewer.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if there's more after that, technically, or not.
Well, I don't
that he's not sharing with him.
Yeah. But
yeah, the interviewer then asks him to make him a vampire, and Louis like, "Have you learned nothing?"
Yeah, well, the whole thing is, is Louis being very melancholic and this
he's
lamentation.
Like,
is like,
nothing good has come from this, only death. And the little interview boy's like, "Do it to me."
Well, yeah, it's like, if I could be immortal, you think the things I could do? It's like, the thing is, Louis didn't choose this.
Yeah.
And his whole character arc is how lonely immortality is.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like you can have
all your friends die.
Yeah, and nothing stays the same.
Everyone around you dies.
Yeah. But the short-sighted boy, as he's called.
Do it. And then Louis attacks him because he's being a jerk face and then vanishes. But the boy is not done. He starts looking for Lestat.
Yeah, he goes through his tapes and through his notes and
So he is on the
able to
hunt.
track down where Lestat is, and that's the end of the book.
So I wonder if one of the later books is about the boy after he gets turned or something. I'm curious to read the rest of the stuff now.
Yeah,
like I've always wanted to, so this works out. But we're also at the end of my notes book now.
Yep. So the last thing that I kind of have is when Louis reconnects with Lestat, I have the note, there's no country for old men, which, I mean,
Isn't that from a bunch of stuff?
No, it's actually an uncommon saying, like the movie, No Country for Old Men. It's actually about, the title comes from Tommy Lee Jones's character, the old sheriff guy. It's because he's an old sheriff and the world around him is changing and he's not like as spry as he used to be. You know, he's not as knowledgeable as he used to be because there's no country for old men.
Yeah, damn.
And that's where like Lestat is at the end of this. Like he's an old man and like the world has moved on around him and he has nothing to do to keep up with it.
Oh no.
Yeah, and so that's what I got about the whole thing.
Gotcha.
Like I understand why the reporter, and I understand that, okay, apparently this is not the end of Lestat's story.
Yeah.
But like the whole thing of Louis being so melancholic and being so sad the whole time. And because none of this is his choice.
But he still goes on.
Well, he does.
He's had many a time where he's like, I should just die. And he hasn't done it. He just keeps eating people. So
well, and part of it, he doesn't necessarily know how to die. Like, he knows that this sunlight's not good for him. But, like, no one taught him how to be a vampire.
He saw what it did to Claudia and Madeline.
Yeah.
So he knows how to die. He just...
Well, I'm not going to set myself on fire.
He's... I think he's a bit of a hypocrite about it, because he wants to die so bad, but then he doesn't do anything about it, and he's like, I am so damned, I should not be alive anymore, or whatever, and it's like, I'm a terrible creature, doing terrible things to people, but I'm gonna keep going and snacking on people anyways, and it's like, he's just a bitch.
So he's too rad to live, too spoopy to die?
Yeah.
Well, like that's his whole conflict is, I think he's searching for some type of like atonement. Like, this whole thing was forced upon him. And in order to live, he has to kill, which is one of his biggest conflicts.
Yeah, like he doesn't want to kill people at all.
Oh, and that was the tie to the Twilight series, how they're vegetarians.
Oh, yeah,
how they can survive on animal blood too. Whereas like when they travel from New Orleans to Europe, they eat all the rats. It's like there wasn't a single rat on that boat.
Yeah.
But suddenly people started getting ill and we don't know what happened.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I didn't want to get ill, so I stuck in my cabin the whole time. It's like,
there's a fever going around.
It's like that was so cleverly written.
Sometimes there's puncture holes or sometimes open wounds reopen. It was so weird. That was super, super good.
So, I mean, there's quite a bit of moral ambiguity, which I think is kind of the point of the book, and it's something for anyone to explore what they would like to. But so, Claudia is still like just the most tragic character in the whole thing.
Well, yeah, 'cause she didn't choose that, and she just wanted to know what was going on, and it's like, well, you have to die now. It's like, oh.
Well, and how like she wanted to learn, but like she was not allowed to. Like she's
because she was always saw as a child, even though she wasn't anymore.
And,
hundreds of years.
When they turn Madeline into a vampire, and like Claudia gets like kind of become like her keeper.
Yeah,
it's like that's the first time that we see like Claudia actually like okay, and she can actually have a good life, and then they kill her.
Yeah, she's immediately marked.
No, it was actually a fantastic book. I can understand why that's like such a huge influence on modern like cryptid lore.
Yeah. I want to read the rest now for sure, and I want to read that Stephen King book that she drew a lot of inspiration from. Because I want to know that kind of stuff. I feel like that stuff is good to read too, like other writers. Where they drew inspiration from.
Yeah,
I think that's cool. But Yeah, this is the end of this.
The notebook.
So I will be changing to the new black notebook. This one's red.
Spooky.
I don't know if I ever said anything about this notebook. It's red. It's got a moon on it.
Did I? I thought I bought you the black one. A long time ago.
You bought me the black one that I use for music stuff.
Ah.
My other red one I used as a sketchbook. My pink one up there I used as like a pen pal notes keeper, so I would know what I like asked and wrote back. Because
You're right, pen pal.
But yeah, I don't really have any pen pals anymore because I suck. I don't know. And then the other leaf notebook up there was my journal for a while, but I've not been journaling for probably over a year now.
Is that Animal Crossing?
It is Animal Crossing. It is, in fact. Then I have all those empty journals that are collectible editions that I don't really know what I'm going to do with.
Yeah, but it looks so pretty.
I know. I almost don't want to write in them, but at the same time, it's kind of not using them for their purpose. And then I feel bad either way. I feel bad for using them, and I feel bad for not using them.
Oh, so now you understand Lestat. Or Louis. All right. Spin the wheel.
Oh, yeah, we have to do that, huh? Sure. We won't have to do spoopy stuff anymore, even though we only got to do 2 spoopy things.
which is actually kind of sad. You know what? Let's do spoopy anyway. It's still fall.
I don't know. We'll see what we get.
Okay.
We might actually get spoopy. Oh, we got culinary.
Pumpkin spice, let's go!
We still haven't done music a single time.
That is odd.
That is kind of odd. But what do we got? You got the notes, I don't.
I do. Well, we did root beer, which
Yes,
was
we did root
that was
beer.
kind of awesome.
Yes.
Well, pumpkin spice is next on the list.
Oh, we can definitely do pumpkin spice.
Unless you want to do curry or orange chicken. Why is that on the list? Is this just a menu?
I don't know.
Japanese street food, Korean street food, old school cocktails, shoyu, comfort
Oh
food.
yeah, that's the thing that I forgot to talk about in the first step. I actually had like legit tteokbokki.
Nice.
And it was fucking amazing. They came in like, they were this long though. So like you had to keep chewing.
Well, she's holding out her fingers. It's about 6
yeah.
to 5 inches long.
I don't know.
About-
Sure.
20 centimeters.
Yeah, they were long, but they were delicious.
Okay, so are we doing pumpkin spice?
Yes, so we are doing
Hell
pumpkin
yeah.
spice. I'll write that down after the show in the new notebook. But yeah, so we had a little bit of technical difficulties this episode. So if you notice,
Some of our thoughts don't really make any sense.
don't say anything. We'll worry about that later.
Thank you for sticking with us and enjoy and letting
Yeah.
us wax pedantic about Anne Rice.
Yeah, thanks for listening in to us rant on every week about different stuff, thankfully. Not the same stuff, usually. Oh, another thing I was gonna ask about was how is your like goals for this year going? Because mine are going like shit.
I'm gonna write that down to be the first thing to talk about next week.
Next week, okay. Yeah, we'll talk about that next week, I guess.
Because I'm gonna have to go back and read what I had written down.
Oh, you don't even know what yours were? Did you write them down? I didn't think
I thought I did.
I don't think I wrote mine down.
Well, because I mean, I don't do like New Year's resolutions. I usually
Yeah.
theme a year.
Well, and like we started in like the middle of February doing this.
I mean, it's still beginning of the year.
Oh,
Oh, you gonna
All
take us out?
I suppose. Stay hydrated, don't die, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.